What's up guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you why it is important to do weighted ab training. As well as that, I'm going to run you through 6 of my favorite advanced ab exercises to do in the gym. We're going to be breaking your abs down, we're going to be smashing your lower, upper and obliques. Now we're going to jump right into it. Before we do jump into the video, I could give you a quick reminder, hit the thumbs up and smash the subscribe as well to join the crew, stay up to date with our weekly vids. I would really appreciate that support. But back to the video, why we should train weighted abs. Reason is, like any other muscle group, we need to be getting under heavier load. We need to be making sure that we're making decent progress. Now, one thing that I do notice is that most people try to chase the burn rather than try to overload and get that progress like they do with their legs, arms, shoulders. So instead of doing, your weighted body weight stuff, if you have access to, other movements we'll be running through today, you can overload those abs with extra load, and that's going to help you develop those thicker cuts in your abs, which is going to make them pop more. Okay, so if a little good analogy is like, if you were to grow your quads, you might be able to get a mad burn if you're doing like a wall sit and holding it, but is that going to help you put that size on your quads? Probably not the most effective. Same thing applies to your abs. Instead of doing, like a bodyweight movement that you might be getting strong at, if you advance it, make it harder, you're going to be able to see more gains and progress in your abs. You're going to be able to develop that good taper, that big six-pack look that you're after. Okay, so that's a bit of reasoning behind it. Now, tying into that is going to be these 6 exercises, which are my favorites. Like I said, we're going to be breaking the upper, lower, and obliques. What we're going to start off with is our lower abs. Lower abs are super important just because they're going to give you those lower abs which are hard to come in, and it's also going to help you create that V taper as well. So we're going to jump into these exercises. All right, so for exercise number 1 for the lower abs, we're going to be doing the back supported knee lifts. Now with these are a great exercise to smash your lower abs. What you're going to be focused on here is just bracing your back against either a Bosu ball or the flat pad, making sure that we're locking ourselves in. With our abs as well, we want to make sure we're controlling our breathing. So we're going to take a big breath in, exhale, on the way up, trying to get your knees up past 90, feet together, straight back up. And we're just trying to make sure as well that we're not using any momentum at the bottom. This exercise is best done anywhere between the 10 to 20 rep range, as well as that with the knee lifts, you can actually add in a little dumbbell or medicine ball between your legs as well to overload those lower abs and get harder. And that's going to transition us to exercise number 2, which is going to be hanging straight leg raises. So once these get too easy, you can advance to the harder variation. The second exercise for our lower abs is slightly more advanced, and that's the hanging straight leg raise. You can do a knee raise as well, but the hanging straight leg raise is going to target more of your lower abs. So this one, again, you're going to be basically sticking anywhere between that 10 to 20 rep range. A limiting factor in this one is going to be grip strength. So it's really important to focus on relaxing the forearms, thinking about your hands as hooks to hold your body weight there. So I'm going to run you through a rep now. Main thing here is just making sure that we're trying to minimize the momentum. So bring your legs up as high as you can, all the way down, big breath in, exhale on the way up. And it's just all about the control. So slow on the way down, and then we're trying to come up faster, lift the hips up as well. And that's going to help you engage those lower abs more. So now that we've smashed out our lower abs, we're going to transition to our upper abs. With our upper abs, we're going to do our crunch variations. Like I said, these are advanced movements. Now, if you're on a decline bench at your gym, I'd highly recommend that you utilize that one. We're going to be doing our decline sit-ups. With this one, it's super important that we're trying to focus on our breathing again to get the most out of the crunch rather than just using momentum to swing up. So what we're going to do is lock your legs in. Now with this one, it's really important to make sure that we're getting that full range of motion. We're not half repping because we're only getting half the gain. So arms across your chest, big breath in. As we come up, we want to exhale all the way up as high as you can, full stretch on the way down. I want to speed up from the bottom, making sure you're using the abs. Now, if body weight's too easy, we can grab a plate, add it to your chest, cross your arms, and you're trying to make sure you're keeping the plate close to your chest and you're not using it as extra leverage to get up and use that momentum. So we're trying to crunch all the way, full range, full stretch, and you should feel a nice burn, not only in your abs, but also your hip flexors as well, which isn't a bad thing because stronger hip flexors leads to stronger abs. So for exercise number 2 for our upper abs, this is one of my favorites, which is a cable rope crunch. Now this is one that lots of people make mistakes with. We really need to make sure that we're getting the setup position right, and that's going to set up the rest of the movement. What we're going to do is get quite a heavy load, try to get a load that we can basically control on the way down. One thing we're going to do is take a big step back, give yourself lots of room. Now from here, we're going to make sure our hips are locked into place. Most people, when they do this one, they hip thrust back and they're using that momentum through their legs. What we want to do is lock your hips in. From here, we're going to pull that rope in nice and close behind your head and think about it being glued behind the back of your head. Now from here, all I want you to focus on doing is crunching your abs. We're trying to bring your elbows down towards your knees. Another cue as well is we're not flaring, we're trying to keep it in close. So what it's going to look like, elbows down to your knees, crunch down as low as you can. Big stretch on the way up, make sure our back is at least flat. Try to reach up as high as you can without letting the rope peel out. And then we're going straight back down. Same again, we're going to control the breathing, exhale as you crunch. On the way up, take a big breath in, and then crunch straight back down. And remember, we're focused on those hips. Okay, so now that we've smashed our lower and upper abs, next is our obliques. Now, obliques are super important. We want to get those finger-like muscles popping on the sides. Best way to do them is with our rotation movements. Now, one of my favorite rotation movements for the obliques is going to be your wood choppers. I personally prefer high to low, so you can really focus on chopping down and across. With this one, again, what we're trying to do is make sure we're not going too heavy. So a nice, moderate weight. I'm just gonna start off with 18 kilos. With this one as well, we wanna intertwine our hands, make sure it's centered between both. We wanna set our feet, so nice wide stance, soft bend in your knees. We're trying to make sure our hips are locked into place. The only muscle group we wanna be working is our obliques to basically function that twist movement rather than using other muscle groups. So what we're gonna do is, elbows locked out, we're gonna start from high above our shoulder, across down to your hip, try to crunch, open up, brace the core, lock the hips into place, try to exhale when it comes down. Open up nice and high and across, and you should feel a nice burn in your obliques if you're doing this one right. So our second rotation movement for our obliques is going to be our decline Russian twist. So we're back on the decline bench. With this one, we're going to need some weight. What we're going to do is lock our legs in. Now, what I want you to focus on doing is making sure that instead of rounding our back like most people, we're trying to really focus on retracting our shoulder blades, keeping your chest up proud. This is going to take the tension from your lower back, and it's going to place more tension through the abs. Now, it's really important with this one, again, to start off with a nice light and moderate weight. We're trying to grab on, you can either use a plate or a kettlebell or a med ball, and from here what we're going to focus on doing is twisting our head with our shoulders all the way as far as we can, and just trying to keep the plate nice and close to your body. So again, with this one, control your breathing. We're going short, controlled breaths. We're trying to smash out double up reps. So try to get in as many reps as you can. You're going to feel a nice burn, but this one is very effective. And the main thing we want to focus on doing is just keeping our shoulders back and getting those full rotations as far as we can. So there we have it, guys. We've got the reason as to why you should be doing weighted ab training. Remember, one thing to take away is add weighted variations to your body weight ab training if you are doing that at the moment. Remember as well, make sure we're training abs 2 to 4 times per week. Not only is it going to help you develop that perfect set of abs, but also it's going to help you in your other compound lifts and in your day-to-day life. Now guys, remember, make sure you hit those 6 exercises, give them a crack. These are best done in the gym if you've got access to the equipment. Worst case, if you don't, remember you can check out my bodyweight ab workouts that you can do at home with no equipment. So I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, please smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, join the crew, and guys, I'm gonna see you in the next vid. Hope you have an awesome day. Sure.